Hey, what's up everybody? Twitch from Airsoft here, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to come online, come on, say hello quickly. But also a new product I've been working on quite a lot over the last couple of months, to be honest with you. It's a new holster for RIFs, like how I've got mine right here, as you can see, like this. Yeah, something I've been working on for quite a while now, just trying to make it right, and obviously usable for people. I did a basic sort of model a few months back, well, last year, which I took to the field and tested out myself, which went absolutely fine, works really, really well. So obviously just made a few adjustments to it here and there, and I've also made it a little bit more universal now. So previously it was actually designed just specifically for this, the Double Eagle M904E. However, I have now changed it so it will work with any RIF as far as I can tell. More about that in a minute. But yeah, it's a really fairly simple bit of kit. Before I actually started making this one, I was looking into getting something like this for a long time. I really like the idea of a hands-free kind of holster for your actual main RIFs. I have seen people using them, or something similar at sites before. I've also seen a lot of it in the US. They use this kind of system quite a lot. More often than not, it's on a molly vest, where it's actually situated here in the middle of the molly vest. I don't have a molly vest, not yet, that's coming soon. I just have a tack vest like this at the moment, but again, the system I've made hopefully will be universal for most people. And again, once I get around to getting myself a molly vest, I will design a mount for the molly vest as well, but that's somewhere down the line, hopefully this year. But anyway, it is a really, really simple system. As I say, it's fairly universal, I believe, for most RIFs. I say this is my Double Eagle. I've also got it fitted to my G&G. And basically, half of it is the actual main bolt in the back of the unit here. Basically, replacing the bolt with a longer bolt, and then this part that I have 3D printed. It's an extra long bolt that goes all the way through this 3D printed part to give it a strength. Again, part of my testing, I actually did it previously with a shorter bolt, and it snapped, which obviously you don't want, when you're actually out in the field. Now, the idea really for this is it's a hands-free system, so you're not having to, lug around the whole weight of this, all day, or when you're on the field, you're just walking around, whatever, you're not having to lug it about. Same thing as you don't have to have anything around your neck. I have got a sling system as well that I use, but again, I wanted to something where I'm carrying less things around my neck and things like that. Things like my vest, I want it to take the weight of most of my gear. Like that's why you want a vest for, to take all the weight of your ammo and everything else. So hence why I designed the system. Again, it's exactly the same as on the G&G. You can see the part just there. Again, got a bolt going from the back side all the way through, and it literally just clips onto my belt just there. Now the actual belt part of it I will show you now in just 2 seconds. So this is the actual belt piece, as you can see. It's fresh off the printer, so it's a little bit needs cleaning a little bit, but anyway, that's the unit just there. Got the little R inscribed in there for R.E.D Airsoft. But yeah, really simple design. Basically, just grab one of the RIFs here. Again, obviously this is on your belt. You've got the attachment there, the two just lock in like that, and that's where the RIF itself will just sit on, and it will take all its weight on that little belt loop clip, whatever you want to call it, just there. As I say, for now it is designed to go onto a belt, ideally a chest rig kind of belt rather than a normal trouser belt, because yes, it's probably a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe, I don't know, if you want to stick it on a normal belt, you can do. I'm not going to stop you. It will fit. But as I say, it is designed for a rig like this, where you have a lot more support. That's also why it's got a slightly longer piece at the end here. Again, that just gives us a little bit of support, sort of like that. You know, because it is taking a lot of weight on the from those rifles. Anyway, that literally just clips into place on there. You grab your RIF, lock it in, there you go, job done. As I say, you know, it has got a lot of strength to this, or a decent amount of strength, because there's a bolt going all the way through. I wouldn't necessarily use this whilst I was, you know, out in the middle of a field, running around, diving all over the place, trying to get behind cover. This is more just a hands-free. When you're chilling, you know, you might be out, you might have got shot, so you might be walking back to your respawn point. Again, perfect timing to use this system. Just, you know, clip it in there. You can have hands up in the air, or by one hand up in the air. People can see that you're not actually holding your RIF or anything in your hands, so they can see that you're a dead player, you know. And again, it just takes that weight off of your arms, you know. There might be a situation where you actually want to use this during a game. Probably more maybe CQB. I don't know, if you're in a building, you're going through room to room, you're clearing out the rooms, whatever, you know, and you actually wanted to use a bit of a pistol for a little bit of a change, you know. Again, by all means, you could be out and about, you know, looking around. Oh, I'm going to swap. Let's just clip this in, pull the pistol out, you know, and off you go with the pistol, you know. It has got a lot of movement on it. You can walk around, you can lift your knees up still, you know. You swing it off to the side a little bit, again, you've got a hell of a lot more movement with your legs, and it will just sit there, you know. So it does give you a lot of freedom. As I say, something like a CQB, when you're moving from room to room, it could be quite useful, it could be quite handy. Again, just take that weight off, pull your pistol out, conserve your ammo for the big gunfights, you know. So, and again, it's easy enough to just whip out, you know, and use it when you need to, and vice versa. You know, your bigger RIFs, like my G&G CM16 here, which I'm DMRing. You know, again, this is actually a much bigger, much heavier gun compared to the Double Eagle, and again, exactly the same. It will just slot in, and it will just sit there quite happily. Again, it has got the strength there. You know, I say I have found the slightly bigger RIFs like this is just to move it out of the way a little bit like that. Again, just gives you that freedom of movement for your legs, and again, it will just sit there nice and comfortably. So, and again, you can just pull the pistol out when you need it, so vice versa, this is nice and easy to get out. You know, in terms of actually putting it back in, again, it is as simple as just slotting it in place. There's no clips or anything like that. There's nothing to kind of hold with one hand and move out of the way. It does just slot in place. The actual clip, I've redesigned it a couple of times now, so that, you know, if you do decide you want to jump up and down a little bit, it isn't going to pop out, you know. I mean, I wouldn't suggest jumping up and down with it, but what you do is nothing to do with me. But again, you know, I've done this as an exercise for myself, but also something I think a lot of people will actually find useful. You know, especially with a lot more people now getting into the sport. Whether you're an older person getting into the sport or a much younger person getting into the sport now, you know, the RIFs are bigger, heavier, you know, full metal RIFs, that kind of thing. Obviously, I've not tested any full metal RIFs out yet, because I've not got any apart from that. Well, that's a pistol, not a RIF, but you know what I mean. But I'm sure when I do eventually get around to buying myself a full metal RIF, which I plan to at some point in the next couple of years, you know, I'm sure I'll design the system will work for that as well, I would have thought. So yeah, yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, obviously drop me a message down below. I will be getting this up on the R.E.D Airsoft website for sale, redairsoft.com, or should I say redairsoft sorry, red-airsoft.com. That's the one. But yeah, I'll leave the link down below anyway to the website and obviously to the shop where this will be situated. And until then, Switch out.